Todd and Pollock, because this time last year, of course, he had that big crash and damaged the tendons in his arm, and there was some talk that he wouldn't be able to caddy for his boss.
I tell you what, he wouldn't have been too happy, the boss man, at that point. Well, we've got another spinner. It's Mark Pitcher once again in the beautiful number 9, the moving company Corvette there of Mark Pitcher.
Everyone trying to avoid Pitcher. 27C's gone round. That is Trevor Elliott.
There's Brucey Bolton there, one of his compatriots from down south, just gliding around under yellows, of course. Oh, we've got someone's rear panel there, obviously a Corvette panel. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks like it. These cars, of course, are made with fiberglass and carbon fiber bodies. Underneath them, though, it's all business.
Back into Indian file now, as we can see there. Morris Cowley, you can see running there in fourth spot on that beautiful ITM-sponsored Monaro there. Two-time national champion.
Well, this is one for the history books, Grant. It's a Ford at the front of the field. It's the Mustang, it's Stevie Williams. Good job.
Oh, I tell you what, there's only 2 of them here this weekend out of the 42 cars, but both of the Henrys, I was going to say, doing a beautiful job.
Bolton sits in second place. Number 9 has regained his spot, so obviously the judges thought he wasn't the primary cause of the crash.
And there's Skinny doing a great job too on the outside. Look at this guy. Does he know any other line, do you think, Phil?
Well, I don't think he does. He told me he had to relearn the driving skills when he jumped into the sprint car, but here he is, wide up on the outside groove. This is what he's known for. This is how he wins his championship. He just gets up there, makes a groove for himself, and goes past them like the chain to post. Look who's going with him. Bunter Pierce.
Oh, look, just fantastic to watch the 2 most spectacular drivers out there tonight, and look at these 2 going hammer and tong. Greg Keegan there having to fend off a challenge from the pair of them.
So action in the mid-pack here, I guess it is, in the New Zealand Championship. This is heat number 2, still to come, of course. We've got the 25-lap final, and it will be the fastest or the top point scorer off the front, and I think you might see this man up there. This is Steve Williams in the Valvoline car. There is Greg Keegan from Christchurch.
Tell you what, who's on the outside of here? Look at that, it's Mark Pitcher once again in the moving company rocket ship. He gets past him, gets by him underneath him, and Mark Pitcher will not be happy with that.
Well, these guys probably won't be used to the surface here at Todd and Pollock Speedway. It's certainly a little bit different from what they're used to running on at Woodford Glen and the tracks down in the south.
I tell you what, Greg Keegan, he's no stranger to Speedway, as we well know. A past New Zealand modified champion too, Phil.
That's right, he's put a steering wheel in front of him and he can drive it.
Indeed.
This guy knows about driving, but normally it's on the 7th fairway. This is Stevie Williams out in the front in the Valvoline Mustang, and he's cleared away from the rest of these guys.
Just look at the way this car handles. It's unbelievable. I don't know how he does it, but I tell you what, it's just absolutely nailed to the floor, that's for sure. Look at this guy. He ain't nailed to the floor at all. He loves that high line.
Oh, goes round the outside of Pitcher as well, but the second Mustang in the field, this is the defending champion, remember, Bunter, Richard Pierce, out there looking for, 4th or 5th at the moment.
Look at the way these cars lurch going into turns 1 and 3. Unsettling the car, of course, but these good drivers, they know exactly how to gather it up again.
I guess one of the stories we should mention, Grant, is that Bunter, the defending champion, didn't qualify in the regular qualifying session. He had to go through for the repechage. He's made the field, and that's what it's about.
He did it the hard way, didn't he? That's for sure. Look, back to Steve Williams, though. Look at this guy in the Valvoline Mustang. Can do no wrong, it seems, Phil.
Well, he's got this one on a string, has the Aucklander, Steve Williams. Well, it's probably a misnomer to call him an Aucklander. He spends most of his time in the United States of America, where he caddies for arguably one of the most famous sportsmen of all time, and that is, of course, Tiger Woods. 1 lap to go for Steve Williams. He'd love to get the maximum points here in heat number 2 because he had a good position in heat 1, so that'll put him toward the front of the field in the all-important final. They'll be doling out the trophies, the money, all the accolades in the final. This, just the preliminaries.
Out of turn 4, he shoots off down the front straight, and there you go, the winner of the second one tonight.
Second place, it will be Christchurch's Greg Keegan, and in third place, it was Bruce Bolton, number 881. So, we are slowly but surely seeing a bit of a pattern coming in here, Grant. The cream is rising to the top.
You got out in front, did it feel fairly comfortable?
Yeah, my car's handling like a dream. I'm having no problems. Everything's working properly. We changed diff gears after the first race, and it worked well in that race. I anticipate the track to get even slicker as the night gets on, so we might change the gears again, but my car's handling like a dream. I've got no complaints.
Well, there's only 2 of them in the field, but it's the Fords that are on top after the 2 heats. It is Steve Williams and the defending New Zealand champion, Bunter Pierce. Third best on the points is Don Gregory from Wellington, and right alongside him, it'll be Brent Emerson. Morris Cowling, the local, is in 5th.
Get what you really want for Christmas. Driving experiences at altonpark.co.uk.
Steve, you've never won a New Zealand title here, but you're right outside the current champion Bunter. Can you do it?
I've never actually even been in the New Zealand title. I mean, for me, like I said, I've never actually been in the country when the New Zealand title's on. I've never even watched it. I've always been overseas. And, you know, I was supposed to be overseas with golf this week, and Tiger decided that he wasn't going to play this week a couple of months ago. It was just exciting for me. I'm just excited to be here. Win, lose or draw, just to actually be here, feel the atmosphere, see all the cars, be part of the New Zealand Championship. You know, that's a winner in itself. So, but I'll be trying, don't worry about that.
So if you have a look at the grid positions for the final to decide the Super Saloon Championship, it is Bunter Pearce that has made the switch on the front row. So he will go into grid position 2. 21H, and that is Steve Williams, will go into grid position 1, and that's the choice that Bunter Pearce has made. Second row, it will be Don Gregory. Alongside him, Brent Emerson. In row number 3, it is car number 27M, that's Morris Cowling, and alongside him, car number 12, Shane Carey from Nelson. Row number 4, it's 8H, and that is Tony Cardwell and Skinny Colson alongside him in grid position 8. In 9, it is 6C, Dennis Bolt, and alongside him, number 881, all the way from the deep south from Dunedin, that is Bruce Bolton. Grid position number 11 is 9W from Wellington, Mark Pitcher, and alongside him the Auckland veteran, and that is Lance Jennings. 25 laps to decide the New Zealand Super Saloon champion. There is the defending champion on the front row. Going with him though is Stevie Williams. Once again, Grant Moffat joins me in commentary, and a big move there from Brent Emerson, Grant.
Oh, I tell you what, he's probably the dark horse in the crowd here. An ex-motocross star. He's just been getting better and better and better over the last 3 or 4 seasons, and he could be the one, mate. He could be the guy that takes this. Here we go.
Well, it's a Ford at the front of the field at the moment, and that is Bunter Pearce right up on 2 wheels as he works his way out of turns 3 and 4 and down onto the front straight. Getting a lot of attention though from Steve Williams side by side as they go into 1 here.
Oh, look at this thing.
Pearce's car.
Look at it, bumping all over the place, climbing up onto 2 wheels. There's Skinny Colson, he's taking the wide line as usual, alongside Shane Carey, flying around. Look at that, Emerson there, and Skinny Colson right out. Well, they've got a touchdown, they fell almost.
Oh, it was so close, and Colson was a big mover because he started off grid position 8, and now he's up in the top 4 or 5, and look at the dice he's got on here with Brent Emerson. Shane Carey's there as well.
Do you think these guys are trying hard, or what? Did you see that Skinny Colson in the Ryco Filters Corvette clean across the infield there, Phil?
Well, there's a lot at stake. I mean, it means such a lot to have that number 1 on the side of your car. Bunter Pearce knows that better than most because he carries it at the moment. There it is, Ford on Ford, Mustang on Falcon.
It's going to be interesting too, Phil, with this being such a long race, 25 laps or so, the changeable track conditions here, and of course we all know what it's like in a situation like that. The cars start changing, their characteristics start changing.
Oh, and the hand comes out the window, so the yellow lights have come on. Skinny Colson saw it first. There he is once again on the outside. Emerson in behind him. Then we go back to Shane Carey. So some problems on the racetrack, and it looks like it'll be a single file start, and that's going to cost Don Gregory because he will start back in around about 6th place. So he's got a little bit of work to do. Out on the front, though, it is Steve Williams, the Caddyshack Racing, Eagle 1, Valvoline Mustang. Right in behind him, it is Bunter Pearce, the defending champion, and then it is Skinny Colson. Must be a hard work for Skinny Colson, Grant, because I know he's been concentrating on the sprint car driving, the X-Field Game Ryco car.
I tell you, it's got to be an upsetting thing, if anything, I think. I mean, I know that they're a lot quicker. You've got to be a whole lot more on top of things in a sprint car, and a little bit slower, of course, a lot less quick, if you like, in terms of your action time and whatnot in one of these cars. But still, it's got to be a hard transition.
Well, we'll see what he can do. At the moment, it is 21, and that... Oh, we've put the curse on Skinny Colson. He's off on the infield, and that is the reason why. No rear tyre on the right-hand side.
That's right. They're pretty hard to get around these racetracks, Phil, without air in the right rear. Probably the most important corner of the car.
Well, absolutely, and we've been talking about the changing track conditions, but you do need rubber on this red clay surface here at Todd and Pollock Speedway. Back with the restart. It's Ford on Ford. Look at Bunter Pearce getting as close as he can.
I tell you what, though, he's under pressure now too. Look at this. It's Brent Emerson on the inside there in the Camaro, in the number 7 car there. He is flying, Phil. Absolutely flying.
He is. He slipped under the radar a wee bit. He qualified a little bit down, or 4th fastest qualifier, so he started off the outside of the 2nd row, but he's certainly taking his chances here. As you said before, Grant, it means such a lot to these guys to win this title. They'll be doing 110%.
And some. And some. Look at this. Brent Emerson currently running in the second spot, Phil. Unbelievable. I'll tell you, here comes look at this bunter. Pearce, he ain't done with yet, that's for sure.
When Pearce down on the inside trying to hug the pole line, Emerson up high, and it hasn't worked for him. Pearce has just given him the don't argue, so he goes back into second.
Muscled his way
Steve
through
Williams
there.
continues to lead here at Bay Park. There is Shane Carey from Nelson, one of the South Island visitors. Great to see him at the top end of the field at the moment.
He's doing a great job. Look, I've seen this guy driving over the last probably 8 or 9 seasons, and this is by far the best performance by Shane.
Well, we talk about best performances. This has got to be the best performance from Steve Williams. This is an amazing show.
Here's the phrase for you: cool, calm, and collected. That's the way the guy is in a race car. Just unbelievably smooth.
Maybe someone we've forgotten to mention is the veteran in the field, and that's Lance Jennings from Auckland, this brand new Corvette race car. Number 96A, a famous number in Auckland. Won his first title way back in the 70s, so he's been around a long, long time.
That's right. These boys behind Steve Williams have got a big job on their hands trying to reel him in, if you like. This guy in particular, Shape and Spray Corvette there of Dean Waddell, a 2-time national Super Saloon champion. What a driver this boy is. We've got another stoppage, Phil.
Yes, the yellow lights are out again. And it's Bunter Pearce, and he's lost the left rear, can you believe it? Well, there go the hopes of the defending champion last year. Let's remind you, it was Pearce, it was Richie Taylor, it was Craig Richards. Haven't seen too much of Craig Richards or Richie Taylor, and we're not going to see too much more of Bunter Pearce. He'll go off onto the infield, and that is one big relief, I'm sure, on the mind of Steve Williams, because he was monstering him.
He sure was. How cruel is this sport, Phil? I just don't get it.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a toss of the coin, isn't it? Whether you can get through these races.
You can keep your nose clean, as this guy certainly is doing in that beautiful Valvoline Mustang. Keep out front, like I'm saying. You haven't got a whole lot to do except sort of occasionally look in your rear vision mirror. Who's that right behind him there? I think you'll find
I think it's Brent Emerson.
Yes, it is too. Emerson is still there. He's going to get 2 NZ at this rate.
Well, he is, Grant, because it's the last lap, and Steve Williams is going to claim his first New Zealand title in the Super Saloon. So Steve Williams gets there in the Valvoline car. Second place will be Palmerston North, Brent Emerson. And what about the veteran? Lance Jennings in a brand new car comes through in third place. Unbelievable racing, but how clean did Steve Williams drive? Well, we talk about the luck involved in car racing, and you heard Steve Williams say that it was just by luck that he was here, because he might have been caddying for Tiger Woods.
Oh, look at this crowd, just
he's picked up the New Zealand title. Steve Williams from Auckland wins the most prestigious title in Super Saloon car racing, the New Zealand Championship.
Steve, fantastic race. You said before, first time you've done the New Zealand Championship, you won it.
I'm speechless. You know, like I said, I was happy to be here. Last night I had probably what I would think the best drive of my career, just to qualify from grid 22 to second to make it on last points in. It's just outstanding.
What's this mean to Steve Williams?
Oh, I mean, like, it's not so much for me, it's my crew that work unbelievably hard to make it happen for me. I mean, I'm overseas most of the time. I come back, jump in the car and go away, so yeah.
And the crowd are going nuts here at Todd and Pollock Speedway. A very popular winner gets the champagne from the stadium owner, Bob Clarkson. And he's after Brent Emerson and Lance Jennings, I think.
Oh dear, oh dear.